Hi, you guys. It's Jill. Yes, we are home. Mr. Fiber and I are home from our trip. We went for a couple of days. We just went out of town. Um, and I'm going to insert the footage and some photos and all that kind of stuff for you. Maybe a couple of days before I'm back on. Mr. Fiber is, oh, there we go. Mr. Fiber is off of work this week, so not really sure what we will be doing. But I do have stuff to show you and visit with you again. I miss y'all, but I hope you enjoy our footage, and I will see you all soon. And yes, I had to put the boot back on my foot because my heel has just been really bothering me since late yesterday, I think. We did a lot of walking and doing stuff, and it just got mad. And it does that sometimes, and I'll wear the boot for a few days. It's my Achilles, both of my Achilles, and I have bone spurs on both of my heels. So sometimes they just get irritated. It is what it is. Anyway, I will see you guys as soon as I can, okay? Thank y'all. Have fun today. So before we left to go to Lawton, we stopped at Hobby Lobby and decided to check out what they had at their Hobby Lobby in Altus, Oklahoma. This was a big display of blanket yarn. They have a ton of material. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. I would like to see more yarn. Can I find more yarn? All right, so these are fun little kits that they had, and they were all marked down. I really should have got one of all of them. I wasn't thinking. You know how that goes. I think I got one. I don't know. I don't even remember now. I'll have to go through my bag after I rest. But anyway, I thought these were fun. That kind of looked like a yarn ball. That might be the one I got. Bunch of Grinch stuff. I mean, why are they selling bed sheets at Hobby Lobby? For the life of me, I don't understand. Okay, so now on the end of this end cap, we've got the scrubby yarn and the scrubology yarn. And then this side is your accessories, kits. That's needle felting. I'm really happy they have expanded that needle felting section. And that's really good. There's some more cross-stitch kits, macrame cord. You have your plastic canvas, pom-poms. I was looking for size 10.5 double point needles for the bulky hats that I've been doing. I was not able to find them. I may have to order them. That's all right. I can do that. Okay, now we're into the yarn.
You like that
I
one?
think Mr. Fiber interrupted me. Yes, he did. He said, look at
What
these.
color is that one? Ooh,
Aren't
there's
these
3
pretty?
of those, too.
Oh, I really like
Look at
those.
that. It is pretty.
Authentic
Okay.
hand-dyed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like it. That's good colors.
And there's 3 of them. He's an enabler. What can I say? Yeah, I'm just looking at all the stuff. I didn't really go to find anything, but it was the 30% off week, so everything was, all yarn was 30% off. So I just really wanted to give y'all a little tour of what they had. This is that Tender Touch. It's super soft. A little bit fuzzy. They had several colors. Man, I really thought about getting some of that fur. I think I have 1 or 2. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to wait till I have the project for it. So instead of getting it and holding on to it and saying I'm going to use it, I'm going to actually wait until I have the project for it. "100% polyester, I think." That color was really calling my name. I don't know what it was about that color. And then this one, I couldn't remember if I had any of it. I know I have the ethereal. I have enough of that to make a project. But I couldn't remember if I had any of this. But there's quite a bit of difference in the price. They're really soft though. They remind me of that Huga yarn. If you remember the Huga yarn. Yeah, there's all those hand-dyed yarns. This one is the Craft Smart or Crafter's Secret. I thought about getting that teal color in the middle, but I didn't remember if I already had it. There's the regular sugar wheels. That was a nice fall color. Everybody's phone is doing this, y'all. I did notice that on other people's videos. It goes out of focus and then you have to put it back into focus or stop the video and start the video. I'm doing the voiceover because of music, of course, in the store. This is that easygoing yarn. This is very much like the Big Twist Living. That's what that stuff feels like to me. I really like it. I have a bunch of it in the red. That one is nice and soft. See, they have a bunch of colors in it. What was that one? Oh, those little ones. They had a bunch of the tiny ones for like, if you wanted to make amis, but use a smaller yarn. That's not the big fat yarn. That's the smaller yarn. I like that yarn, the Yarntopia, but it's just too thin. I have so many thin yarns right now that I'm working with. What was that one? That Yarn Ideas nice yarn. If you've never worked with that, you really should get some. They don't have a whole lot of colors. I wish I knew which colors I already had, because I was trying to think if there was anything here that I didn't have. And then we're getting into the Soft Secret, which is like the Simply Soft. And now that's the Simply Flawless. I think that's what that is. I like that one too. I enjoy working with that one. Couldn't remember if I had that color. Such a pretty teal. And then they had this one that looked really good with it. But there was a difference in the solid to print, of course. You don't get as much in the print. Let's see, now, Soft and Sleek. Lots and lots of colors of Soft and Sleek. Sweet Delight. I think that's a Sweet Delight. Yeah. That's the Stormstruck. That one wasn't very soft. I didn't really care for that. The Stormstruck was not. I thought it could have been a lot softer for being a baby yarn. But the Soft and Sleek is really nice. Yes, very soft. Sweet Delight's always nice. And then I did pull off some of these. There were some really cute little patterns in there. I think I pulled 2 or 3 this time that I had not seen in the store before. So I'll be showing those to you guys later on, after I get rested up. Here is their cotton, the Crafter's Secret cotton. I'm really not interested in getting any more of that. I was kind of looking through to see if there are any new colors in the I Love This Cotton. They had a lot of solid colors, and I was like, ooh, I really should get some more solids. But I'm like, nope, I'm kind of topped out on my yarn cotton right now, my cotton yarns. This one was that Lion brand string. I'll show one to you here in just a minute. Right now I'm just showing you all the colors that they had. I have a little bit of that. Here it is. It's a fingering weight yarn. Then we went to Lawton. And that's the starting of the Wichita Mountains. You're just beginning to see the Wichita Mountains come into view. Okay, now in Lawton, we went to this, it was called Little Mike's. I think it was called Little Mike's thrift store, something like that. It had an outdoor, and then it was a big warehouse. Yeah, see, it's huge. No air conditioning in here. It was cooler. It was only in the 80s, but it was still kind of warmish. It had some super interesting things in there, though. Look at this old camera. Yeah, I'll take you around and show you as much as I can, but there's so much stuff here, it's really, really hard to see it all. But I mean, there's just tons and tons and tons of stuff in here. There's no way we could have seen it all. If I didn't have a mannequin, they had 2 or 3 of them in here. Look at all the shoes. Those are sport shoes. furniture, suitcases, pianos, organs, tons of glassware. Look at that organ. This was movies. I don't even know how much anything was, to be honest, because I didn't really see any prices on some of this stuff. But there's tons and tons of movies here. Lots and lots of books, VHS, Blu-rays. That was a neat clock. Look at this, the chairs. Oh my gosh. And then this whole back corner was books. And here's an old sewing machine. I have one kind of like that. Then we went to Muti's German restaurant. Here's the inside. Looking around the room. Oh my goodness, y'all, this was so good. The people next to us were speaking Portuguese. There were Hummels in the bathroom and posters, and then you've got to see this plate for the light switch. I can't with that. And then here was the salad and the brötchen that comes before the meal. I had the Jaeger schnitzel and the German potato salad. Mr. Fiber had the cordon bleu. And then we went to the German food market. I have a bunch of stuff to show you. But this was like a step back to memories from Germany, from when my family and I were over there. I got to speak a little bit of German to some of the ladies in there and talk about different things. And there's more Hummels. That was just so much fun. Here's the projects. I made a little sweater for Teddy, and I'll show that to you. This is the little fingering weights blanket I started, and then this is the shell blanket that I was working on. I finished a hat, and we are home. Resting my foot. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this.